students, welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber CISSP Prepcast. This series helps you prepare for the ISC² CISSP exam with focused explanations and practical context. In this episode, we are going to take a detailed look at security control testing and specifically compare manual testing with automated testing methods. As a student working toward the Certified Information Systems Security Professional certification, it is important to understand not only the concepts behind security controls, but also how to test them effectively. Testing ensures that security measures are functioning properly, protecting assets as intended, and adapting to new threats. Whether performed by people or machines, these testing practices form the foundation of a resilient security program. By understanding the differences between manual and automated testing and knowing when to use each, you can play a key role in verifying that security defenses are working as they should. Let us begin with a quick review of why security control testing is so essential. At its core, this type of testing is about evaluating whether an organization's security controls are doing their job. Security controls might include firewalls, access control systems, intrusion detection tools, encryption policies, or any combination of processes and technologies designed to reduce risk. But just having those controls in place is not enough. We need to test them to be sure they are effective, reliable, and functioning as expected under real-world conditions. Testing also plays a big role in proactive security. When you test controls regularly, you are not waiting for something to break or for an attacker to expose a weakness. Instead, you are actively looking for gaps so they can be fixed before they are exploited. This kind of preventive approach is central to modern cybersecurity. Effective control testing also helps ensure compliance. Organizations must meet legal, regulatory, and internal policy requirements. Testing validates whether they are doing so. If they are not, it gives them a chance to correct course. And finally, testing improves overall resilience. It identifies weak points, highlights areas for improvement, and helps organizations strengthen their security posture over time. Understanding how different testing methods work is a vital part of building that capability. Let us now look more closely at manual testing. Manual testing refers to security evaluations performed by human analysts. This could involve reviewing system logs, checking configuration files, interviewing staff, inspecting firewall rules, or conducting simulated attacks. The key point is that a human is using their knowledge, experience, and judgment to assess whether controls are working properly. One of the biggest strengths of manual testing is flexibility. Humans can adapt to complex or changing situations in ways that automated tools cannot. They can notice patterns, make intuitive leaps, and analyze subtle issues that do not follow predictable rules. For example, a manual tester might recognize that a certain configuration creates a business logic vulnerability, even if the system seems secure from a technical standpoint. Manual testing is also ideal for situations where creativity is required, such as during penetration testing or when evaluating how employees respond to social engineering attempts. But manual testing also has limitations. It is often slower than automated testing and requires more time, effort, and expertise. Human testers can make mistakes, overlook important details, or interpret results differently based on their experience level. Consistency can be difficult to maintain. Not every tester will perform the same task in exactly the same way. Despite these limitations, manual testing remains an important part of any security program. It delivers insights that no tool can provide and adds a human layer of understanding to the testing process. Now let us explore automated testing. Automated testing involves using software tools to evaluate security controls. These tools can scan systems for vulnerabilities, simulate attacks, and monitor behavior continuously. The main advantage of automated testing is speed. Tools can run scans in minutes that would take hours or days to perform manually. They can also be scheduled to run repeatedly, ensuring regular testing without requiring constant human oversight. Automated testing is highly effective in large environments. When an organization has thousands of endpoints or applications, it becomes nearly impossible to check them all manually. Automated tools scale up to meet that challenge. They are also consistent. The same scan will produce the same results each time, assuming nothing changes. That kind of repeatability is useful when trying to track improvements or verify fixes over time. However, automated testing also comes with some limitations. These tools are only as good as their configuration and the rules they are following. They may miss vulnerabilities that do not match known patterns, or they may flag harmless behavior as suspicious. This leads to false positives and false negatives, cases where the tool either reports a problem that does not exist or fails to detect a real issue. Automated testing also lacks human judgment. It cannot understand context, weigh business impact, or make decisions about trade-offs. Still, when used properly, automated testing is an essential part of modern cybersecurity. It provides broad, fast, and consistent coverage that supports ongoing monitoring and rapid detection of problems. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other podcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. The best security programs use a combination of both manual and automated testing. This hybrid approach allows organizations to take advantage of the strengths of each method. Automated tools can quickly scan systems for known vulnerabilities, run compliance checks, and detect changes in configuration. Meanwhile, human testers can focus on areas that require judgment, creativity, or deeper analysis. Together, these methods provide the most complete picture of security posture. For example, an organization might run automated scans every night to look for newly discovered vulnerabilities in its infrastructure. Once a week, a security analyst might review the scan results, investigate anything unusual, and perform a manual audit of critical systems. During a quarterly security assessment, the team might conduct manual penetration testing to simulate how an attacker would try to bypass defenses. By layering these approaches, the organization ensures both broad coverage and deep insight. When manual and automated testing are integrated into a single workflow, the results are even more powerful. Analysts can use the output from automated tools as a starting point for deeper investigation. Conversely, insights gained during manual testing can be used to fine-tune automated scans, reducing false positives and improving efficiency. This feedback loop creates a system that learns and improves over time, adapting to the changing threat landscape and the organization's specific needs. Now let us shift focus to implementation. Effective security control testing begins with clear documentation. Organizations must define their testing methodologies, the scope of testing, the roles and responsibilities of personnel, and the procedures for conducting, reviewing, and reporting tests. This clarity helps ensure consistency and accountability. Choosing the right tools is also essential. Not all automated testing tools are created equal. Some are better suited for web applications, others for infrastructure, and still others for cloud environments. Organizations must consider their own technology landscape, compliance requirements, and risk profile when selecting tools. Manual testers must also be properly trained. Testing is not just about following a checklist. It requires understanding how systems work, where vulnerabilities might appear, and how to interpret results. Regular training and certification help ensure that manual testing is performed at a high standard. Automated tools and scripts must also be maintained. The threat landscape is always changing, and a tool that was effective last year might not be up to the task today. Organizations should keep their tools updated, test them regularly, and adapt them as needed. Finally, testing is only effective if the results are acted upon. Organizations must have procedures in place for reviewing test findings, prioritizing remediation, and verifying that fixes have been applied. Clear communication between security teams, system owners, and leadership is essential to ensure that vulnerabilities are addressed quickly and thoroughly. As with any process, continuous improvement is key. Testing strategies should be reviewed regularly in light of new threats, technology updates, and changes in organizational structure or priorities. Past testing results, incident analyses, and feedback from stakeholders can all help refine testing methods and make them more effective. Cross-functional collaboration is another important factor. Security testing does not exist in isolation. It requires coordination with developers, system administrators, compliance officers, and business leaders. Everyone must understand the goals of testing and how their roles contribute to the outcome. Ongoing training is also vital. As technology changes, so do the skills required to test it effectively. Employees at all levels should receive training that is relevant to their role and responsibilities. Finally, the goal of testing is not just to find weaknesses, it is to strengthen systems, improve resilience, and reduce risk. By adopting an adaptive and proactive mindset, organizations can use testing not only as a tool for compliance, but as a strategic asset in their security program. Thank you for tuning in to the CISSP Prepcast by Bare Metal Cyber. Visit baremetalcyber.com for additional episodes, comprehensive CISSP study resources, and personalized certification support. Strengthen your understanding of security control testing manual versus automated, and will consistently support your journey toward CISSP certification success.